What's up, guys? Today, here's what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about bunions, knock knees or valgus knees, and flat feet. And, most importantly, how they're all related and what you can do if you are experiencing any of those. It's Dr. Kreischer here. Happy to be back with you live. And I've been talking a lot about this recently, and I've had a lot of people have reached out, and I've had a lot of good questions and feedback. The cool thing about this video and what I'm going to be talking about is this is not to replace your chiropodist or podiatrist or to take your, start ripping your orthotics out of your shoes. My intuition and my experience tells me that the stronger you are at something, the stronger your feet are, the better that will translate up through everything. And what we're going to be talking about is how your feet, specifically how walking on your feet, how spending a lot of time on your feet, how being an athlete, how if you work in the service industry, and how taking care of your feet is really important, because if you don't, it can translate not only into the things that I've just shown you with the bunions and the weak feet and the knock knees and knee problems and ACL tears and hip problems and arthritis, all the way up your spine, but how to fix those problems if that's what you're experiencing. The first thing, the first point is that strength is always better. The stronger you are, the better you are. That will forever be true. The other thing, in case you're wondering, by the way, this black mark right here on my nose, that is because I ate a nail polish bottle from my 1-year-old who is in the habit of just flailing his arms and chucking things around. Now you can't unsee that. The other thing is, when you're testing your ankle or when you're testing your feet, a lot of times what we'll do is we'll hang our ankle or our foot off of a ledge, and we'll say, well, look, it moves in every direction. But it's one of those joints where you don't want to test in free air. You want to test when it's loaded. And let me show you what I mean. I'm going to move the phone, and I'm going to show you exactly what this presents like. In case you're wondering, I did wear my awesome socks today. And it's hard for me to see because the light is in front of you. So when you're testing your ankle, when you're talking about your ankle, you want the joint to be loaded. If it's hanging in the air like this, it's going to be super easy to move it around. It's when it's loaded that's the most important thing. And this is all going to come down to your proper stance. I want you to be able to stand with your feet forward like this. Now, a simple way to do this and to test this is to close your eyes and march in place and just stop, and you'll see how your feet line up. And mine line up with my toes pointing forward. The issue is once your feet, the cause of the problems can be numerous, but once your feet start to turn out, it's usually caused because of a lack of ankle mobility. But as your feet start to turn out, what happens is you spend more time with your weight moving forward, and as you can see, what that does is it flattens my arm or my arch. It drops a bone in here called the navicular down to the ground, flattens my arch, and as a result, that puts a lot of pressure on the joint of the big toe right here, which is what can cause bunions. The other problem with that is it also can cause flat feet, and as you can see, it also drops my knees in and forward. And a lot of you, when I see you squat, what you'll do is you won't be able to squat with your toes forward, with your knees going up like this. A lot of you will want to bring your knees forward because the arch will completely collapse. So here are two really simple exercises that you can start to do in order to do this. The first one is going to require a lot of attention. When you're standing, please focus on bringing your feet forward. And what I want you to start to do is to try to create this torque in your toes. You can see that when I torque, I'm trying to screw my feet into the ground. And when I do, what that does is, number one, it creates this arch. It takes any type of contact off of the inside of my foot. My contact is on my big toe, on the outside of my foot, and on my heel. And then what it does is it puts my knees and my ankles in a correct position. And then I'll be able to do it properly. So the other thing that I want you guys to be able to do, the other thing to work on is to find a corner like this. You can get down on the ground and work on this full squat so you don't lean back. But once you're holding on, what I want you to do is to spend some time in the corners of that ankle, working on that ankle mobility. And it'll hurt, but it'll start to break down some of that scar tissue and help you be able to move your body, move your feet better. Let me know how that goes, and I will talk to you next time.